Hello, this is Todd Hubbs, agricultural economist at the University of Illinois. Today I'm talking about my weekly outlook of August 20th, tough marketing decisions for new crop soybeans. As we move through the end of the growing season this year in soybeans, high yield potential in the U.S. with the prospects of growing production in South America means we're looking at ample supplies of soybeans in the 2018-19 marketing year. As we move toward harvest, the decision to market the new crop soybeans is getting tougher and tougher. It really is coming down to what do you think is going to happen with trade issues as we move through the 2018-19 marketing year. This chart is showing monthly soybean exports for the U.S. to the world. As you can see, there's a definite seasonality to soybean exports with very high levels normally associated with China in the early part of a marketing year. This marketing year, 2017-18, we've seen a pickup near the end as noticed in May and June as we saw increased buying from a lot of other destinations as we approached trade issues with China. As we move through the 18-19 marketing year, the big question is, will we be able to make up the normal Chinese imports with other locations? And that's still an open question. To give an idea of what kind of start we're on in 2018-19, I've plotted outstanding sales for the next marketing year as of August 9th, last Thursday. As you can see, we're well behind in sales to China and the EU 27, but we've seen increased sales to places like Mexico, Egypt, and Indonesia, Pakistan, and Thailand. Overall, we're about 30% down under last year's export sales numbers at the same time of the year, but there's still plenty of time left in the marketing year to make up the difference. I'm doubtful that we'll make up all of the exports to China, and with the kind of sensitivity we've seen in soybean prices to any kind of news about China, if we do see some kind of resolution, soybean exports next year could be very, very good. While soybean exports are still under question, crush has been a really strong consumption area for soybeans this year. As you can see, in February we started to pick up the crush level significantly with the onset of drought in Argentina, and that's continued through July. By my calculations, we're at about 1.885 billion bushels of crush through July, well on pace to meet the USDA projection of 2.04 billion bushels this year. Will that continue in the next year? I think it might continue for a while, as we see still issues with Argentina in the offing early in the marketing year. As we move into 2019, we may see that change a little bit. But for right now, crush is still a strong consumption area. Overall, when thinking about marketing new crop soybeans, here in central Illinois, we've seen basis weaken a little in some locations. In some instances getting below 50 cents under November contract levels. I expect if we see yield grow continuously through the rest of the harvest, which with the current weather patterns we've seen is a distinct possibility, we could see even weaker soybean prices at harvest as we move into October and November. The question about marketing soybeans right now is, do you think there's going to be a solution to the trade issue? And if not, will the continued issues with China depress soybean consumption as we move through the 18-19 marketing year? My opinion is it probably will, and that makes the marketing decision even tougher than normal. Thank you. This is Todd Hubbs, University of Illinois. As usual, you can find my weekly outlook and daily analysis related to Corn Belt farm economics issues at farm.daily.illinois.edu.